Pettersson throws a hit in the corner on Berkeley Catton. Seattle still has the puck, and there's a right pad save by Tolopilo off a backhander from Shane Wright. Now with another long shot blocked. Marcus Pettersson needs to get off on a change here. He's able to move the puck outside the line, but he has to remain on the ice. Now 2 minutes into the shift is Pettersson. Here's a chance in front. Puck thrown across, and a good defensive play there by Marco Rossi. He springs a 2-on-1. Ogren with Besser. Besser shoots off the glove of Grubauer and wide of the goal.
That's where you want to go on Grubauer. He's susceptible to a shot over the glove, just the way that he holds it out there, and Besser just missed.
Dan Myers into the Vancouver zone. Throws one back. Done with a shot. Stopped by Tolopilo. Rebound. A left pad saved by Tolopilo. Canucks work the puck free to Sassone. And here's Linus Karlsson gaining center and sliding the puck over the Seattle line.
And we're seeing that matchup there of Bluers line against Beniers. And the offense from that Seattle trio.
Chance in front. They score. Jared McCann set up by Brandon Montour. And the ex-Canuck McCann at 4:12 of the opening period makes it 1-0 Seattle.
They drafted him. Canucks had a chance up ice, 2-on-1, as Rossi's going to be able to help out defensively, send it off and up. And then Besser wants this puck going near side glove, but off the glove, doesn't beat the goaltender. And as the Kraken come back into the zone, there's McCann, always ready to shoot, slides it underneath Tolopilo. Seattle.
Of his career, and finally, after 10 games goalless, Jared McCann has number 201. Here's Kane trying to wrap around off the stick of Grubauer up into the air, and most points he has against any team in the NHL. Brock Besser into the Seattle zone on the right wing with a wrist shot off the right pad of Grubauer.
This Kraken line has Berkeley Catton, who's 20 years old, and Shane Wright, who's going to opt not to take the face-off at 22, and Capo Caco, 25.
Caco, the second overall pick in the draft that was held here in this building back in 2019. Jack Hughes went number 1 to the New Jersey Devils. Caco the second pick, but he's 7th in scoring from that draft class. Went to the New York Rangers, traded to Seattle. As the game's only goal, it's 1-0 Seattle. Here comes Shane Wright with the puck. Puts one to the middle. Caco kicks it to his stick. Wrist shot blocker saved by Tolopilo. Here's Winterton behind the goal. Done with a shot. The stick saved by Tolopilo. Luger, but the puck is out to center onto the stick of Phil Hronek. Under 9 minutes to go in the first. Here's Linus Karlsson with a good burst and a wrist shot off the goal stick of Philip Grubauer. Third shot of the game for the Canucks. Now Wilander, and that's stopped by Grubauer. He's able to smother the puck and get the whistle. Jared McCann, learning from the best. There are more direct flights out of Winnipeg these days. Here's Drew O'Connor working behind the Seattle goal. Throws one to the crease. That deflects ahead onto the stick of Tolvin. And now McCann moves it to the Vancouver zone. O'Connor, lead pass, breakaway. Evander Kane in, scores! In his 993rd career game, Evander Kane on a breakaway with a deke to the backhand, ties it at 1.
He was battling in the front of the net. He was slow to come back. He thought he got a high stick. Well, he's behind the D's on the breakaway. He got to get it upstairs in the backhand, and he does so. Right underneath the bar. And Kane with a nifty rising backhand there. Shelpich. And it's 1-1. Just 12th of the season.
11:42, the time of the equalizing goals. Now it's Liam Ogren moving into Seattle zone. Ogren centers, Rossi shoots off the arm, finds Elias Pettersson, and he delays before making a nifty pass onto the stick of Evander Kane. O'Connor, wrist shot, knocked down. Pettersson on the rebound, goes behind the net, banks one back to Wilander. Tom Wilander to the net, tipped on goal by O'Connor. Grubauer with the save, and then while down. 20 goals last year, so needs one to match that. Grubauer plays the puck to the side. Canucks keep it in. Bouillon with a shot. Grubauer to his knees made the save, and here comes Winterton for Seattle. Besser turning away from Beniers. Back to Hronek. Now Ogren trying to one-timer. Gets the puck again. Rossi across. Elias Pettersson shoots. Knocked down. Rebound. Cleared. After empty net for Seattle. Delayed penalty upcoming to Tom Wilander. for taking down his man in the corner. Here's Beniers. Feeds back to Jared McCann. Now Dunn with a shot. His stick shattered. Oh, what a save by Tolopilo. As the puck came off the broken stick right to Matty Beniers, and Tolopilo lunged to his left, made a marvelous save. Seattle still has the puck with the goalie at the bench. Here's Chandler Stevenson, knocked down by Tolopilo. Evander Kane gets the puck.
Beniers, who came for the goalie onto the ice, and then he's at the side of the net. Tolopilo reaches over with the glove. That looks like he had the goaltender down.
The first period, Nylander's off for holding, and Seattle with a man advantage, looking to retake the lead. Tolvanen to McMahon. Bobby McMahon in front. Shane Wright scores. Tolopilo thought he had it, but he backed his way in over the goal line. And Shane Wright on the power play has made it 2-1 Kraken.
They just continue onward. Tolvanen's going to move it off to the side. Right, the right-hand shot, stick down the whole time. Tolopilo, as he's backing into the net, gets twisted. And this puck just sifts right through him.
I think Wright touched it. It might be McMahon's goal. But maybe that's what threw Tolopilo off. He thought the angle was going to change, and it wound up sneaking between his pads. We'll see. In his Seattle debut has the Kraken on top.
Hey, how about that? A McCann goal and a McMahon goal.
DeBruskин, a glove save by Philip Grubauer on that offering off the stick of Jake DeBrusk. It's picked off and cleared ahead by Lindgren. Kept in by Pettersson, to right onto the stick of Gaudreau, moves in with a wrist shot, gloved away by Nikita Tolopilo. Everly behind the goal, puts one in front, picked off by Teddy Bluger. And he'll calmly chip the puck out to center ice. 5 minutes into the second, it's 2-1 Seattle. Kraken back in. Alexiak shoots, he scores! Jamie Alexiak took the pass from Matty Beniers, picked his spot, and he found it, and it's 3-1 Kraken.
Defensive zone. This is earlier on the power play, and deflection. The blade's pointed a little bit too high up, and it goes off and into the corner. Here's Beniers at the tail end of his shift, and Alexiak's got lots of room to load this shot. And he beats the left hand of Tolopilo.
Fourth of the year for now Alexiak. Ratu still trying to defend with other stick. Dunn at the left point. Into the middle. Alexiak. Wrist shot. That broken other stick. So now Besser and Ratu. Onto the puck is Stevenson. Dunn gets away from Evander Kane. Shoots. Kicked out by the right pad of Nikita Tolopilo. Stevenson. Kraken looking for more, but that one's fired high and wide by Jared McCann as he was pushed to the ice by Drew O'Connor. Good pressure here from Seattle. Kane able to come up with the puck. And he backhands to the line outside. Pettersson ahead to O'Connor. Checked by Stevenson, and Seattle takes the puck back.
It seems like there's not a lot of room in the neutral zone for the Canucks to get their speed.
Here's Stevenson in. Shoots. Stopped, and the rebound came off a Canuck and right through the blue paint. Ahead to Linus Karlsson. Rink wide, Marcus Pettersson's in on the left wing. Wrist one on goal, handled by Grubauer. Evans gets away from Ratu. Passes to Alexiak. Wrist one on goal, steered by Tolopilo onto the stick of Marcus Pettersson. Ahead to Aatu Ratu. Max Sassone after the puck, picks it up and works his way to the far corner. Knocked off his stick, and McMahon chips the puck to the Vancouver blue line. Banked ahead by Wilander, played through by Aatu Ratu. Curtis Douglas has 10 hits in his first 7 periods as a Vancouver Canuck. Puck kept in by Ratu, and a stick save by Gruber on that one. And now Tolvanen breaking in. Eli Tolvanen, and out to challenge was Tolopilo to make the save. Jake DeBrusk in front. William had his stick tied up, and the puck went off his skate and wide of the goal. Here's Beniers the other way. Matty Beniers. Eberle to the crease. Tipped in. What a play. Bobby McMahon has his second of the night in his first game with Seattle. And another point for Jordan Eberle against the Canucks as the Kraken make it 4-1.
William, the defenseman, so he's not back to defend. Look at that pass by Eberle through the forward. Linus Karlsson trying to play defense, and McMahon goes to the front of the net, stick on the ice. Tap you very much. just past the goalie. McMahon has 2. Kraken have 4. Canucks.
And now 5 for the last 51. Stays 4-1 Kraken as we approach the halfway mark of the third period. Eberle centers, they score! Manny Beniers from Jordan Eberle, and it's 5-1 Kraken.
Like in the second period, the Canucks had a power play. They didn't convert. And Tuoppilo moves it. And it looks like the Canucks are in good stead, but this quick little backhand to forehand pass from Eberle in front of the net. Beniers. You see Tuoppilo, he had that left pad out, but not down to seal the bottom of the net.
Feathers a pass to Bouillon with 30 seconds now to go. Lead feed. Here's Ogren behind the defense. In on goal. Stopped by Grubauer. As Ogren tried to make a quick play. Now it comes to Rossi. Scores. Looked from a Seattle standpoint like the crisis had been averted.
Ogren was splitting the D, got it right on the back hand of the tape, tried to go 5-hole. And this pass from Alexiak gets deflected to the front of the net. There's Ogren with the chance. Grubauer's kind of settled, thinking things are okay, but it goes off Besser. And